So, what'd you do for Ren?
Yeah, Ren was, that was a fun character. So the most challenging thing about that was we were working overseas with Santiago, who was our art director at the time, where he'd have all these ideas, and because he wasn't around and we had to remotely like brainstorm with the poses and stuff, it made it difficult for us to like try to like come up with like a good pose with a floating sword.
Oh, right, yeah. Because I think the director at Santiago, he wanted it one way. I think with the swords, kind of like more two-dimensional flat, where it would just be like, kind of not so much dynamic. So we kind of want to make something a little bit more interesting.
And so you guys kind of like changed the design and made it to what it was. And I mean, the animation's crazy, and just the art direction is awesome. Like, when you were trying to figure out how to go around did you go around what the art director was saying, and you ended up making the final outcome, which even looked cooler than what the original thought was?
Yeah, I think we had like, they gave us like a character reference sheet of what he wanted, like a whole background story to it, and we just kind of looked through that, and that kind of gave us like a pretty good idea of where we wanted to go. I mean, there were some things that we probably changed around too, I think, right?
Yeah, I think we were like working together, like animation-wise and 2D-wise. We wanted to make sure like what would be like a good way to go, as far as like how the swords would animate and how she would animate, and like the contrast of like, do we want the swords moving a lot as opposed to her like standing in a more idle pose?
Yeah, exactly.
And did you? I'm thinking about Zerul. I think that's the name of a most recent character. They kind of have the whole sword things. Like, I feel like, did you guys think about them together in terms of how their swords? I'm pretty sure it's Zerul, where his swords are coming down, and that's like the straight thing, and then Ren is more kind of like, she's flowing, like she reminds me, she's like flowing with the chi and stuff, you know?
Oh yeah, she had definitely a different personality. She was supposed to feel more like, like more like calm and like ghostly. Everything's a little more like,
yeah, exactly,
like relaxed, I guess.
Yeah, kind of like a spiritual.
Yeah, more
like,
spiritual.
And Zerul's more kind of like, bam, like
yeah,
right at you.
Exactly.
Is Zerul, because it's sometimes if you read the description of the character, you don't see, that's how you know sometimes if it's a male or female. Do you know if that's a male or female?
Zerul? She's a
Oh, it's a girl?
Okay.
Yeah.
People were saying there's a lot of characters that it's always a little hard to, because sometimes they kind of like, they look, because they're all tough and like gonna kill you, so it's like, and they're sometimes wearing armor and stuff, so.
She's the one that's with the wings too, and she's kind of floating.
Yeah, she.
There's like feathers and stuff.
Yeah, what's Zephar's race?
Paragon.
Yeah, so I think she's a Paragon, or she's either a Paragon or she's a Paragon killer. Where
she's Paragon.
Oh, she's Paragon. Did you work on her?
Yeah, I worked on the visual effects.
And how did that go? How was the process of doing that?
So we wanted to make her more powerful, and I do know like when it was handed to me, the effect sheet didn't really have much, so I kind of had a little bit of suggestion from both the animators who were working on it, as well as the concept artist himself, on how they visualize, and basically adding my own twist to it. So the original concept art didn't have the swords coming down initially. That was just added in by the animator.
Oh, okay.
And she's supposed to be a legendary mythic.
Yes.
Yes. So legendary mythic usually tends to be a little bit more, epic in their visual effects.
Yes.
Right? So that was a little bit challenging to make her look unique and somewhat powerful as compared to most of our characters, which really have like a lot of the glowing, smoky swords and the lightning effects.
It's crazy to think that you guys think about this background of, okay, so it's going to be a legendary mythic, and so we have to visually make that powerful. We have to show the power in the animation and in the art itself. And so does the rarity, when you know the rarity, are you like, okay, now we gotta make it more powerful, or
Yeah.
or sometimes maybe it just might look badass in general, even if it's a 5-star or something. Like Ren, for example.
Yeah, I think with Ron, we like, I don't know, with the animation, we just kind of like have more like a skewing effect on it, I think, with the swords. Like we want to make it more special, and then we have like some other stuff to it. Like I know Dion added like a lot more effects on it, like just to make it seem more powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah, we definitely keep the rarity in mind when we're designing it. Like we want to, we kind of have like a boundary of where we don't want it to look mythic, or like in this case, I think she's epic legendary.
Yeah, a big legendary.
Yeah, so we try to make sure that we're grounded to like.
Not make them too crazy if they're not a mythic.
Yeah,
exactly.
Because mythic, that's the name. It's supposed to look like a mythic. Well, I mean, when I think of mythic, I think of a god. So
Right, right.
yeah.